Hi, this is Master Coach Eve, and this is another segment of Marketing on the Fly. And today I'm going to be talking to you about ways that you can add content to your social media platform or your blog or your website or wherever it is that you frequent online and you're trying to build a presence. Okay? Number one is compilations of resources and file sharing, really. So this is something that I find to be fantastic, and one of my methods that I use is I sign up for an email list, and whatever the freebie is, I just share it with my group. It was a free thing, and I just share it with people because I'm getting value, and so I want them to get value as well. So anytime that you have a group or a social media following or any type of website, what you can do is you can sign up for an email list and just share the content that you get. Share the content that you get, and it's really just giving them an opportunity to find out what you know. Okay? Another thing that you can do is you can share resources that you've created. So any list that you've created, maybe a free ebook or a webinar or anything like that, you can share that with people and give them value that way so that you can actually get your brand out there and build some brand awareness as well. If you're posting on a regular basis and you're sharing information, there's something called the law of reciprocity, and it just makes people want to give back because you've shared so much information with them. Like, I have to buy your service. I have to buy your product so that I can give something back to you. So that is something that you should keep in mind is when you're sharing information like this, it's really going to give you an opportunity to build your brand, build brand awareness and your online presence, as well as tap into that law of reciprocity. Okay? Number 3 is checklists. If you have a checklist where, you're helping people solve a difficult task, or maybe it's something that that people have a problem or pain point with, and you can help them out with that with a free list or even a paid list. It really just depends on what you're trying to do. Most of the time a list is going to be free unless it's super comprehensive, and at that point you would want to make sure that you could help people with it. So you can give someone a list, but if they're overwhelmed, they just won't even look at it. So that's just something that you can do, is give them a checklist. So for example, I have a checklist that people can use basically to make sure that when they build a Facebook page, they check down all the things that they need to have on that Facebook page. And that's really helpful. But that's something that I give away for free. And then if they want to get more help from me, I have that social media marketing package that I give. But I haven't been doing that because I just don't want to spend too much time on social media, but I do offer a group coaching program that specializes in that as well, so that you can build your online presence. Okay? Number 4 is interviews, and this is something that I do regularly because I have a podcast, Your Passive Legacy Podcast, where we talk about how you can quit trading your time for money and build a life and legacy that you love. Okay? And when I talk to people about, doing an interview, I always schedule my interviews a month out, and I always ask someone from my group. So in my group, Your Passive Legacy Academy, I ask the entrepreneurs and business owners and people in that group, do they want to do a podcast interview? And then what I do is I just give them the recording, and the recording is worth $47 because it's an audio recording, and all my audio recordings are $47. So they're actually getting value out of doing the podcast with me. And they're also getting to reach their audience, and they can deliver that information to them for free based off of the fact that they did an interview on a podcast. It's really important, and I think that if you use interviews, just allow people to get as much value as possible. And one of the ways that I think that you can do that is make sure that you ad-lib, you can do ad-lib, but the problem with ad-lib is you don't know what you're going to say. And for me, I need to know some bullet points about what I'm going to be talking about so that I can focus. Because I tend to lose focus and I go on tangents, and I'm and so I have to have some sort of bullet point that I can go by. Okay, but that's up to you. You can do ad lib, you can do outlines, or you can do scripts. And I think that if you're going to do an interview, you should pick one of those. Definitely not the ad lib though, because what happens is you don't know what that person's going to say. Um, and when you ask certain questions, I think that if it's not well thought out, it doesn't come out that great. That's just my experience. That doesn't mean that you have to do it my way. Okay. Last is profile posts. So on a person, business, organization, or movement, or some sort of subject that is worthy, noteworthy, for people to pay attention to. So I notice a lot of people will post things about like homeless shelters or like breast cancer or things like that. But you want to really stay clear of that, because if you post too much about that, people start feeling like you're sliming them with promotions. So you want to just do that every so often, if you can do that. Okay, so just to recap what we talked about. We talked about, you know what? I don't even know if I said this one. Beginner's guides. So this will give you an opportunity to let them know, like, hey, if you're a beginner at marketing, for my instance, it would be beginner at marketing, and what you would do is you would make sure that you would point out, hey, these are like the top 5 things that you need to know if you're going to be doing marketing for yourself, or these are the top whatever you need to know. Okay, so from the top, a beginner's guides. Number 2, compilations of resources. Number 3 is going to be resources that you created yourself, like ebooks or reports or any type of freebie. Number 4 is going to be checklists, and number 5 is going to be interviews, and number 6 is going to be profile posts. So I think I shared like 6. I don't know if I was supposed to share 5 or 6, but I did. I shared 6. Anyway, if you would like more quality information like this, and to be motivated and inspired, and to get more information about business and marketing, you're more than welcome to join my group, Your Passive Legacy Academy, on Facebook, and you can also find me on yourpassivelegacy.com. Awesome. This has been wonderful. Thank you so much, and I hope that you have a fantastic day.